This one's spicy. This interview's a banger.
What are your generalized, I should say, thoughts of the 911 call?
Oh God. Well, the most obvious thing is, why did it take them 8 hours? If okay, it's a big if, but if for the sake of argument, the crime did occur between 4 and 4:20, yes, more or less, why did they wait the 8 hours? And then, yeah, the 911 call was kind of suspicious. I mean, they're handing the phone around. I don't know. It's just the biggest thing that stands out to me is, why did it take them 8 hours? Yoli pointed out, and I have to give her credit for this because she pulled this, and that is that apparently Idaho, both Idaho, the state, and the state university have this provision whereby if you're in the presence of someone who is in the throes of, an overdose from drugs or alcohol,
right,
and you are on drugs or alcohol, you get immunity for.
I may have jumped a gun on this one. I've been asphyxiated. I can't get out of first gear with this case, whether it be the frats or the 911 call. But anyways, that's why we're listening to this one.
Prosecution on drugs, alcohol use, or possession by turning them in. And the point of those immunities, both in the university policy and the state statute,
right,
which I have on my computer here, is to save lives. If you're doing drugs and you're with somebody that's dying because they took too many and they're overdosing, please call it in and we'll give you immunity from your bad behavior. So,
yes,
people say that, the reason Dylan and Bethany didn't call was because they were allegedly, potentially using whatever substances they were using, and they were afraid. Well, no, they must have known those policies because they went to that school, and apparently those policies were drilled into them. And I guess the reason that the call was made as an unconscious person is that these policies say that's the way you're supposed to make the call.
Well, part of that, I believe, too, Andrew, is that one of the rules that it's drilled into these fraternity and sorority members is in what I read it from their rule book. Number one was, in the event of a death, do not contact.
We all know, if you've looked into what the frats and sororities are supposed to do, maybe when an accident happens, the links that they're supposed to go to, the numbers they're supposed to call, the people that organize what they're supposed to do, yada, 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 yada. Anyways.
Family members or police, contact your sorority leader, per se, and go from there. So I'm thinking to myself, first off, that's insane to me. But, was this done? And in turn, when that was done, were they told to do this or that, and then contact police or so on and so forth? Or was there somebody else involved in that, that aspect? And I wondered, like, wow, I'm sorry, but if I was involved in a sorority or a fraternity and that was what they told me to do, I would have to say, no, I'm sorry, I'm calling the police right now.
Hang on tight.
But you got to wonder what the loyalty is to these, and what the what would be the repercussions if they did not follow that.
I'm surprised that fraternities and sororities are even allowed. I'm surprised they're still allowed. I mean, way back,
I agree.
During World War II, they were a thing. They were a classy thing. It was a status thing. If you made it to a fraternity or a sorority, you were really something, and you wore your pin or your coat. Or it's devolved down to the level of Animal House, and Animal House made them look good. I mean, there've been so many instances of kids dying from over drinking or from the over pledging. Right. I'm surprised that any legitimate university still has fraternities and sororities. That doesn't answer your question. It's a cult. It's a cult. It's really a cult. I mean, if you're in a fraternity or a sorority, you go through these hazing and pledging events, and so now your whole mindset is to the fraternity or the sorority. And so, yeah, I think you're right in that, these kids may have, they're not kids, they're young adults, may have felt more of an allegiance to, work things through with the sorority or the fraternity. I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion.